Hello everyone and welcome to Alicante in Spain. Here it is, the new Volkswagen ID.7. The new ID.7 brings so many new features. We have a new motor, new battery, way more efficient, high range, new seats and a new display. And one certain thing that everybody was waiting for. This car has battery preconditioning for fast charging. Not just this, of course with navigating to a charger, you can do it manually. We have a new motor here in the rear. It's a 210 kilowatt, that's 286 horsepower, 545 Newton meters of torque. It's the new, more efficient motor that's more efficient than the old 150 kilowatt motor. What did he say yesterday? More than 50% more efficient. So awesome. This is where the car gets that much range. We talk about that in a second. The motor is also cooled by water and oil at the same time. And they have new technology and software controlling it. The new battery that you can have for the ID.7 is also awesome. Of course, you can have the old 77 kilowatt hour battery that you have in ID.3, 4, 5 and ID Bus, but because of the long wheelbase, it can have one battery module more, and then you get 91 kilowatt hours or usable 85. And by the way, the charge port does now go upwards, not sideways. Charging peak is now different with the big battery. With the old battery, the peak was 170 kilowatt. With the new 85 kilowatt hour battery, you get up to 200 kilowatt of peak charging. The drag coefficient is amazing. It went down from 2.26 from the ID.3 to 0.28 from the ID Bus down to 0.23, which is amazing. And all those things combined, bigger battery, more efficient motor and the amazing drag coefficient, we get up to 700 kilometers of WLTP range with the normal battery 615. It's still a lot. The new Ergo Premium seats have 14 different little airbags in the seats that pump up and lose air. You can hear it very well for a massage, and also the seat itself is just very comfortable. And we see in the infotainment system heated seats, cooled seats, or you can dry. Oh. And the space, of course, is amazing. Here with the panoramic roof, I have so much room to the ceiling here. It's really comfortable and can be adjusted in 14 ways. Now I'm on the rear seat, and as you can see, that's too much space. There could be another person sitting in here. What I noticed though, the seats in front are on the bottom as far as they can go, and I can barely put my feet underneath, but that's fine because there's so much room. And I have an armrest here in the middle, and of course this soft armrest in the door, and I have my seat controls here, so the heat, warmth, temperature here in the rear, and I have seat heaters for the passengers in the rear. And my headroom, when I sit all the way in the back, it's just this much. It's not that much, but it's still enough for me. I'm 180 centimeters, it's almost 6 feet, or it is exactly 6 feet. But it's very comfortable. Maybe I sit a bit high, not so laying down, but it's okay. We have other features that are amazing. First, we have a wellness app. That's an app when you're charging, for example, it will bring music and an ambient light and everything, so you can relax a bit. Great idea on the massage. Then we have Harman Kardon speakers, 14-way sound system, no, 16-way, 14 speakers, a subwoofer and a center speaker. Sounds great. We tested it yesterday. What's new with this software 4.0 is that for the auto lane change, when you have travel assist and you pass a car on the highway, it does it now more human-like. So it's not slowing down, going to the left and then accelerating. It's accelerating a bit before, so the whole overtaking is a bit smoother and more human. And what's amazing, which is new and we can test today only with a driving car then in the future, is that now the memory parking and parking out of a parking space or in, you can then do with an app. There will be an extra app for your phone that you connect to the car, and then you can drive the car like Ioniq 5, Kia EV6, Kia Niro EV and Teslas. So summon that the car goes out of a parking space or even in. You have to be 6 meters around the car, and it does it with 4 kilometers an hour. But cool feature. Also new with memory parking is, you know, before, since software 3.0, you can save a certain parking maneuver to park, but now you can save the going out of this parking the same way. We also have a new roof where with the switch where before you open and closed it, now the roof is just changing how you see through it. It's either white so you can't see anything or see-through. The gear change is the same as in the ID bus. I never noticed that the P is lighting red. We have new buttons on the steering wheel and new layout. So for example, volume is now here on the left, but next song, previous song is on the right bottom. We have our normal cruise control up here with the same buttons, but we have a steering wheel heater button now on the steering wheel. It works the same. A feedback, by the way. And then, since this main cockpit view is not changing at all, we have the view button and the changing button, but this is for the head-up display. In the head-up display, you now have the different views, just the speed or more information, and then you can press here left and right, and you can see your range and your state of charge and your average consumption. And when you have navigation on, of course, this is in there too. But you cannot see your whole trip data as you had before in your cockpit view. So here we have the new incredible 15-inch display with the new layout that Volkswagen has implemented in ID.7, which will come to ID.3, 4 and 5 in 2025. So there are no buttons underneath anymore. There is no climate, drive assist and blah blah. We have it all on the screen. And of course, with the new layout, you can also change it in different ways. So you can put in, I don't know, the climate, the sound, telephone, media, and can I put another map in there? I can have 2 maps. Huh. Or charging. Is there more? Yes, there's more. Configuration and the shop. And so up, I don't even know what this is up here. This is the new IDA, so the new voice assist control, and you can put that in as well. Ooh, and Spotify if you want it as your main site. And it doesn't, of course, doesn't have the gesture control anymore, because that was the reason why those buttons underneath could not be illuminated. So now you have to swipe by yourself. We have our drive data and our drive information. What's the difference? That's the date, the kilometers that I've driven, and I don't know, another kilometers, the trip and the odometer, I don't know. And here we have our normal stuff with from start, long term, and from charging, and you can reset it. Nice, nice, nice. But the most important part that we have here underneath, we have of course our volume control and our temperature for each side that we had before, and it works the same way with sliding or pressing. Works great. And we have an on-off button for music. But now we have our climate control underneath all the time. So if you say you want your seat heater, you press here and the seat heater is on. You don't have to go into a menu or anything. Seat cooling is here, and it works really well. We tried it already yesterday. And we have little buttons here that you can change, as far as I know. Yes, you can select different climate things that you want down there. For example, if you want the AC down here, then you always have your AC button here. The same as this can be changed. So if you want smart climate, where you can say please cool my feet or whatever, or fresh air. And I think those three here can be changed as well. Exactly. Yes, so you can have three, but not this. No, so you have 5 buttons down here that you can put in by yourself that you need for your climate. And then this is our climate window that is new. We have smart climate up here, and here you can of course move those air streams wherever you want, as we know from Tesla Model 3, Model Y, and also buttons that can focus, so on me or away from me, and then they go around. But you can also do the normal thing to your feet and up in the air, because those controlled ones are of course only in the middle. So if you just use feet or the window, this doesn't change. You have your normal buttons, and this is air care, so that it cleans the interior air of horrible particles. And we can control the rear with temperature, and we have heated seats in the rear as well. The outside seat, of course, not the middle one, but extra temperature. And we have the steering wheel heater in here as well. But when you have it on the steering wheel itself, that's of course the best. We have also up here buttons that you can change. So you can have, these are little shortcuts, because when you scroll down, these are also shortcuts. Why is it loud? What did I do? Ah, seat cooling is on. So those shortcuts up here you can change. We have navigation here. We have here your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You can have your driver profile up here. In the drive mode select, when you go to individual, there's one new thing that you couldn't do before. There's a drive sound change from comfort to sport. So outside, when you're driving under 30 kilometers an hour for pedestrians, this would sound different then. So everything up to 5 slots for that. Then we have our normal car that has the functions. When you want to turn off head-up display, can you change those too? You can change those as well. So you can put their other stuff in there. So it's really customizable. And with here, you always get to the main menu of the car. This is the menu that we know from other ID cars with the same buttons and stuff. We know all of this. And then this is our normal buttons, the normal menu with settings. By the way, this has software 4.0 on it, and it takes an hour to show. But it does. I saw it yesterday. We're not gonna wait. Parking, memory parking, everything is here. Climate, the seats, because for the seats you now have more functions. Stuff that you can save. You can do automatic heating, drying, or cooling. The same for the passenger. What we saw, massage can be done for the driver, but not for the... It didn't work for the passenger yesterday. No, it does. Now my buttons on my seat change the passenger seat. Ha! Or you can synchronize it. Cool! Assistant. Anything new here? Travel assist? Nope. Ambient light, we have now 4 areas that you can change the color for. It can be all, you only have 2 colors, but you have 4 areas that you can have. IDA is your new voice control, voice assistant. And you can have your own wake word, so it doesn't have to be hello ID. It can be, hey you! Or something mean, if you want to be funny. Yeah, and of course we have our user as we had before. Yeah, here in the charging window you see all of your information, of course, and you can select the charge limit only in 10% steps as before. And now in the optimize window you can see with how much kilowatt you can charge. A peak, of course, 144 it says here. And if the battery would be cold, and it wouldn't show the maximum charging power, there would be a button that you can press to manually heat up the battery so you get full charging power. And if you navigate to a charger, and it will automatically do that. And here is a button so you can turn that off so it doesn't automatically heat up the battery when you not navigate if you don't want that. We of course have our battery mode, battery care mode, and this is nice. Battery care mode means you put the battery to 100% charging, and when it's done it automatically goes to 80. Now battery mode has even the feature, if it's at 100% and you don't drive, it will use AC and heat to get it down to a level that the battery it's not too long at the 100%. It does that automatically. So as you can see, the ID.7 brings so many new features, new technology, amazing efficiency, amazing range, good charging with the 200 kilowatt, new apps, the preconditioning the battery when you need it for fast charging in the winter. That will be amazing. This is an amazing car, and I can't wait that it comes to the market around in this fall. Yeah, world premiere was just happening. It looks stunning. It looks amazing, and we're gonna drive a prototype in a few minutes. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.